So this is session 123. I got the numbering messed up at one point because I had like two session 119s saved to YouTube. But I'm pretty sure this is session 123. Who wants to give a recap?
We debated whether to go. We were in the room with the vampire, and we're basically decided, are we gonna go fight the oozes, which went very poorly last time, or are we going to try or are we gonna try our luck with the animated large weapon? I think it was a mace or a flail. And we decided to go with that because we know how to hit things and we don't know how to hit oozes.
It was a chomper from Mario.
Yeah. We killed it. At first, I think while we were attacking it, so Marinol just went directly to start attacking it. The rest of us took a little bit to get there. T-Hole ran across the room and investigated the north door because there was a north and a northeast door. He opened the north door and saw a bunch of treasure in there. The northeast door was locked. After we killed it, out of the northern, or the flail, out of the northern door, all the coins started moving, and it was a golem, a horde golem.
Teal did go into the room after Teal successfully identified, oh, this is obviously a trap. Just a dead end room with a flimsy door and it's unlocked. Teal successfully figured out that this was just a trap and piles of gold inside. But then you went into the room anyway. So that's when the coins started coming after you.
He took like a step into the room to like be out of the range for the flail. And then they came alive. Clave at T-Hole's request put up a wall of force to kind of force, or no, he put up a wall of, he got out of there. He put up a wall of force to like lock him in.
Just to jump in, because you did miss something important. So you recognized that this room was a trap. You then got the northeast door open and you saw there were these buzzsaw blades. And you were messing around in that room a little bit and you figured out that you couldn't quite destroy them as easily as you did the prior buzzsaw trap. It was after that you wound up sort of leading the horde golem into the buzzsaw blade room because you knew that it could be destroyed there, or at least you knew it would have to face off against the buzzsaw blades.
Yes. But before that, there was a wall of force that kind of sealed the door so that the horde golem couldn't like attack us while we were trying to get the lock open.
No, it was that the wall of force was set to create a corridor to lead the horde golem into the buzzsaw room.
Yeah, that
T-Hole was also trapped in.
Yeah, that was the second wall of force.
Oh, I had two walls of force?
Yeah, because there was one that initially like just sealed the door while we were trying to open the northeast door. And then there was all those blades, but the wall of force was only good for 10 minutes. So then rather than just like everybody fight the golem, that's where we're like, oh, let's use these blades to tunnel it in.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, we started the last session with all of our spell slots and stuff.
Yeah, so there were two walls of force that were used. Turns out that the best way to destroy these blades was to drop something heavy on it. The saws took care of the golem. And then Clave took care of the saws by making anvils. Dropping anvils on the saws. Then after we were able to finally get through the corridor of saws, the far door was very hot. and um managed to open it, and I think there was like there was a bunch of lava in there. So I think Clave was the only one that could actually do anything inside the room because he has fire immunity.
I mean, yeah, anybody who has fire resistance could have gone into the room. You obviously can't wade through the lava with just fire resistance, but you could have jumped from platform to platform and been okay inside the room with just fire resistance. But Clave went in on his Phantom Steed because he has fire immunity anyway. So even if something happened and he fell off, he wasn't going to be killed. He might just wreck some of his equipment.
Yeah, I didn't want to burn up any of my stuff.
Mountain naked.
And then Clave encountered there was something beneath the lava in the center of the room. So he used telekinesis to clear the lava away. And then rising up, the obstruction underneath the lava turned out to be an iron golem that rose up and started to attack. So Clave retreated to one corner. Marinal came into the room. Clave kept hitting him with disintegrate,
Well,
which
before that, the golem decided to lock the door.
yes, the
Okay.
golem
Clay was
did
trapped in there by
decide-
himself.
The golem did decide to seal the room again.
Yeah, and Clay was the only person we had to really open that door because we can't bother with lock picking or these tools proficiencies.
Yeah, who are you, Lucharosi? That's his job.
We use not.
We use good old brute force.
So eventually, though, you brought down the iron golem as well. And it is now essentially in pieces, some of which have fallen back into the lava. Clave then used his remaining time on telekinesis to clear a collapsed passage in the room. So there is a door in the northern part of the room leading north, and then there is a passage that leads west that still has some rubble in it, but Clave cleared most of the rubble away. At the end of that corridor, you can see there's a door.
Um,
Does anybody need healing?
I could use some. Do you happen to have anything that would help me move through the next room? Something that would grant or bestow fire resistance in any ways?
No.
Probably should wait for healing after then.
well, I can try and heal you with my spear. Perhaps I'll get more than one use out of it this time. So, let's see. Alright,
So
I
you
got attack.
you unsheath your spear, and I'll say you remember from last time that you were thinking about using your spear, but then you're like, oh right, there's a vampire.
That's right. I was thinking I could keep it covered, but yeah, I actually have to touch the spear to the person, so that I do not heal.
I mean, somebody could just take Marinol to a different room away
Yeah.
from the direct sunlight.
That's too much work.
For T-hole. But
Not worth the effort. Oh,
So you do need healing.
yeah, T-hole's down a little. He's a little over half. So it's not dire, but he could use it. It was mostly from one hit. It was mostly from a single slam that did it.
Oh yeah, that golem hit hard. Um, is the heat so great that even T-hole running on the walls would cause him harm?
Yes.
Okay.
The whole room is pretty superheated from the lava.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to D20, how many how much damage would that be?
Uh,
Is there some
it would not be overwhelming. You would take like, if you got in and out of the room quickly, basically in one round, you'd take 2d6 damage. Every round you're in the room without fire resistance, you will take 2d6 damage, assuming you're not like actually on fire or in the lava.
if Aurelia doesn't have fire resistance, right? Aurelia, you're in the same boat as I am. Are you not?
I believe so.
T-hole, why don't you use your cape to just teleport to one of the whichever door we decide to use?
I mean, the heat is it's going to be sweltering, but I think I can manage as long as the door is open. But Aurelia isn't well, I
I
don't
mean,
know
you,
I don't know
does
how to
the-
break this to you, Aurelia, but you just haven't been I haven't seen you run on any walls yet.
Just FYI, that dimension door, technically you don't need to to see the place that you're teleporting to. You
right.
just have to describe the distance.
Where you're
and-
going, yeah.
Yeah.
If we can give you a rough idea, all right, like, 75 feet that way. You should be able to do it.
Right.
That's
I
me and
think
Clay if you
you,
look.
yeah, I think you want to be relatively exact in like narrow corridors, but yes, you don't have to see where you're going. But dimension door is usually pretty clear that like you can make a mistake if you say, I want to go, you're in a dungeon and you want to go 100 feet up, and it turns out you're on the first level of the dungeon, you're going to appear in the air and fall.
But there shouldn't be a problem if either you or Zarius are able to make it to the destination, then to send a message to describe what you see, then I think I should be able to imagine it.
Well, I already opened the door on the north. I recall
Is it open?
casting knock on it in the
Oh.
battle with the golem.
You did cast it. You didn't open it, but you cast it.
Yeah.
So it's unlocked.
Let us examine it then, me and you, since we will not be harmed.
Well, I mean, which way? To the corridor or to the door?
Let us be cautious and peek inside of each.
Um. How do you figure jump distance? Is oh,
It's usually
the
your
normal
strength
way.
score, right?
Yeah.
So I can jump across fairly easily.
I
Zara
cannot.
just showing off his new his his, his fixed bum leg.
Although I can use silent image to create a bridge between the grates, so I'll just do that then. So
Yeah,
that
you
I'm
can
not
do that.
standing directly on the lava. Oh, there's another door here.
Yes, there's a door at the end of the corridor leading west.
All right. Well, I've already unlocked the other door. Let's try that one first.
Yes, we'll just look.
Well, wait a minute. Let's see if this door is even locked first.
One can almost guarantee it will be.
Is it locked?
It's locked.
It's locked.
Does this like threshold here have any signs of there being a door here previously?
You know, he's moved enough of the rubble. There used to be a door here.
Okay.
It's destroyed, but it used to be here. And Clave, give me a perception check. You can make it, I guess, with advantage.
Okay.
Never mind. You feel like your spidey sense should have been tingling, but they weren't.
I'm sure it's fine.
I was gonna say, is there perhaps a role for me to sort of get my bearings? Because I remember the slime room is gonna be somewhere over here.
Right.
Could I confirm?
So you don't remember, it is somewhere over to the west. You don't remember there being a door leading in from the east in the slime room.
Right, okay.
Alright, well, let's move to this other.
And that door opens up into a room that appears to be filled with barrels.
Hover my mouse. Does it say smoke powder?
It does not say anything on the barrels. There does seem to be some detritus, some rock that has fallen from the ceiling on the floor. The ceiling looks relatively rough. You do see in the center of the room, there is what appears to be just a pipe sticking down. It's fairly ornate with rounded edges, but it's not clear what it's there for. Maybe to fill the barrels, but it's just not clear.
Can I do a perception to sort of to see any signs of what this room could have been used for?
So now that you've moved into the ledge, almost in the room, but not quite. You can see in the leading to the west, there does seem to be another door. It's the only way out of the room that you can see. I mean, the barrels are pretty spread around. It looks like it maybe was storage at one point, and it's just fallen into disuse. But there's nothing in here but barrels. There's no like boxes or anything else.
Clave will move in and try to see if he can open up one of the barrels.
Okay.
Clave
So give
has
me,
Death Ward, right?
I
think
do not currently. I don't think. Let me check.
I could swear I got it.
Uh,
Gave it to somebody today.
You gave it to T-Hole.
I know I did. Yes, the previous day. I don't know if I did it today. I can't remember. I don't remember who was the one that went into a room. Maybe I did it before the fucking blade room again. The buzz saw room.
so you begin to pry the top off of one of the barrels. You hear like a clicking sound, almost like a marble rolling through the pipe. And Clave and Zarius make me dexterity saves as you see a bright hot mote of light fall down like living fire that then explodes out into a fireball.
Yeah,
was gonna
I
say.
figured it was gonna be something like that. You know,
Well, I mean, if it's a fireball, then what's Clave care?
That's true.
s-
So it's just
Still-
Zarius who cares.
Yeah.
instinctively, I still do care.
Yes, sir.
Wow, I got a 22. That never happens with dexterity.
That's almost not bad. I'm sure it's not good enough, but yeah, I'll stake it. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm resistant to fire.
So you take 48 fire damage as the
Reduced.
barrels The
So
barrels all
24.
explode along with the fireball.
Good thing, he hold us in dimension door
Yeah.
to that room.
Well, T-hole probably would have been fine.
Yeah, that is true.
Aurelia, however.
As you look around at the flaming wreckage of all of these barrels, the whole room now, by the way, is covered in a burning liquid on the floor. The barrels all appear to be independently glowing faintly with a sort of blue radiance.
Was that the color of the fireball?
No, the fireball was a sort of standard yellow-orange. This appears to be a magical radiance on the barrels.
Any
can
idea
I-
what that is?
Can I continue to like open up the barrel that I've been fiddling with?
It exploded.
Oh,
So it was filled with essentially just a flammable liquid, a non-potable flammable liquid of some sort, some kind of oil that
okay,
is
so
now
then what is it
burning.
that's glowing?
So the fragments of the various barrels, all of which exploded, are glowing, and the floor is on fire, but it just doesn't affect you.
Is it
Okay.
on fire where I'm at, or do I have to take a step back?
If you're there, if you're in that entryway, then you're fine. It's
Okay,
only in the room.
got it.
All right. Well, Serious, just wait here for a moment. I'm gonna go have a look at that other door. And Clay
can-
confidently saunters over to
This
the
door
door.
is, this door, as the door coming in, is also made of metal, and it's locked.
Okay. Let's see. So I will use the third level spell slot to cast knock on it.
And it unlocks. Just leads to a hallway.
Telepathically, I say to Sarius, it's another hallway. I'm gonna check down a little bit further. I'll let you know what I find.
You know, at the end of the hallway you're in now, you can see there's another door, and then there's a corridor that turns south right next to that door.
Okay. Clay will continue moving forward towards it. What is this?
There's a skeleton of some sort of horse-like creature. It's got fangs, however, so it's clearly not a standard horse. And it's significantly smaller than a full-sized horse. It was maybe pony-sized is better description.
Hmm. Uh,
There's
I will.
there's another door at the end of the south corridor that seems to lead to the east.
I'm gonna look at this, like the remains a bit more and see if there's any other information I can glean about it.
You can make me an untrained nature check.
Okay, so that'll just be intelligence.
There's something you can tell that some of the bones are sort of vaguely draconic, but it's not a true dragon. It's definitely a four-legged animal.
Hmm. Okay. Uh, so I'll relay to Zarius. There's some kind of remains of some kind of draconic creature. Not quite a true dragon, though. I'm coming back. There's a few more doors this way.
Was it in a room?
It was in the hallway. It was outside of another door, so I suspect it may have set off some trap. I doubt Mordenkainen would leave a guardian that could be killed like this, unless somebody else has been here before.
Unless it is
Doesn't seem
undead.
like it. Well, I suppose it could be, but it didn't respond as I investigated it, so. Alright,
Right.
Alright,
Perhaps this other door then.
yeah, let's see. Hopefully this one doesn't explode in our faces, at least for your sake.
Examine this door. Does it look any different from the other doors?
This one is one of the heavy wooden doors.
Okay. How many doors have been wooden and how many have been metal?
Most of the doors have been of a sort of dark black wood. The metal doors were the ones adjacent to the lava room.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then that other one in the room with the barrels was also
Sure.
metal.
Alright, so I'm gonna use third level slot for knock. I'm
Okay,
nearly out of spells, by the way, Zarius, so.
Do I have a spidey sense?
you do not. It was clave only.
Interesting. Okay. Unlock it,
So-
then stand behind me.
I don't need to stand behind you. I'll take
And I will-
whatever's coming.
Then I will stand behind you.
So you see a room there, again, there's detritus on the floor as the ceiling has partially collapsed. Are you casting that?
Yeah, I cast an enclave.
Okay, in the room, you can see in the northern part, there is a wheel that's set into the floor. It's not initially clear what it is, but to the south, you can see there's a very clear moving wall lined with spikes. There is also a pile of bones right next to the spiked wall. It's clear as though that spiked wall is designed to move outward and sweep through the room. It's probably related to the wheel that's set in the floor.
Alright,
And there are dried blood stains on the floor of this room.
can I just peek around the corner without coming into the room?
So it looks like there's, to your north, it appears as though there's maybe a corridor or another door that leads to the east. To the south, all you see is that spiked wall and the bones.
Okay.
As he steps in, I just like ready a hand to like grab him, pull him back.
And
Uh,
so there's a corridor here?
Right.
Okay.
But as you step into the room, the bones begin to move.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm gonna
that's,
step
I
back.
mean, that's fine. Fucking pull back. Pull them all the way back and close that door. Or maybe I don't close. Do we want to close the door? Should we close the door? Do you think it would lock?
Should be fine. Alright. Alright, so
Both of you, by the way, can make me an Arcana check.
That's what I expect.
Yeah, Zarius, I guess I give you advantage on this. There's definitely something draconic about those bones. They're not fitted together in the way you would expect for a typical dragon,
Hmm.
but does appear as though these were more draconic bones.
Okay. Like perhaps Dragonborn. I mean, the motherfucker's got a bunch of.
Yeah,
mean,
no, bigger,
yeah.
bigger than that. Like this
Okay.
this is probably like a reassembled dragon.
Right.
That was,
Okay.
rather than, I mean, it's definitely got dragon wings on it.
Mhm. But it's just bone.
It's just dragon bones.
Okay.
Almost like it is a dragon bone golem.
Indeed.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about that right now. I think we can go this other way. Let's see if the floors stop burning and then help the others through.
So the floor
take-
has stopped burning, and you notice it looks like the barrels are reassembling. Though it'll take a while for them to be fully back in one piece again.
Okay.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll just call over to T-Hole because T-Hole should be able to see us now, right?
He can't see you from the doorway.
Hurry before these barrels reassemble.
Marinol will just sort of leap from platform to platform because her strength is insanely high.
Aurelia, do you have means to get across? Do you also have dimension door?
You
He
can
does.
take someone with you if you dimension door.
Even though it's on the cape?
What's the
That's
cape
a
say?
question. I always thought the cape just let you cast dimension door.
I always like kind of pictured it like it does let you cast dimension door, but I always kind of pictured it like you like kind of.
No, I get why it could be you only, self only.
Yeah, nothing in the description of the cape itself says that you can't bring
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, when you disappear, you leave behind a cloud of smoke.
So yeah, I think you could still take somebody with you.
You see that, Aurelia? What I just did? I asked you if you had a way to get across before just disappearing and assuming that you'd find a way out. That's what we call in the old days manners. Something that our younger friends here seem to lack. But you know, we're old enough to remember manners.
That's right.
So
I guess are we across now?
yeah, he'll cast them. He'll like activate the cape and
Okay.
poof and smoke
So where are you dimension dooring to?
to where
You-
Zarius is. He's like,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, over
I'll
here.
just step in basically. I'll just tell them quickly through that door.
Which door are we talking about? The door
Is there
here.
one? Okay, that door. Okay, that's the door. Okay.
All right, so there's some sort of bone golem. So
No,
what-
that's somewhere else.
Different room.
We avoided that.
all right.
So
Well,
there's a door at the end of this corridor and then a second door in a corridor that leads south at the end of this hallway you're in.
So Clave will say, I only have enough energy to cast 2 more spells. So I think it would be best if we can rest for a moment for me to recover some of my energy.
very
seems-
well.
Seems prudent.
Yeah, if we do a short rest, we can do arcane recovery.
Evil wouldn't mind a short rest. I could use a respite. meditate.
So you take an hour to short rest.
Take an hour off my book.
And everybody
I-
can make me a perception check.
I was
Aurelia,
gonna say,
you can make it with advantage.
with this skeleton here, I would 1000% use my eyes of the grave just to detect undead.
What's the range on that?
30 feet, maybe? I'll look here. 60 feet. It's basically just a limited version of the Paladin's Divine Sense.
Right. So you don't detect anything undead within 60 feet.
Alright. That's comforting, at
Does-
least with the skeleton.
Does
there.
it only detect? I didn't look at the thing. Does it only detect undead?
Yep.
Okay. You don't detect any undead.
Sure.
Towards the tail end, of the short rest, I would ritually cast Phantom Steed again.
Okay. So what does the steed look like this time?
Same thing, Shadow Spider.
So Aurelia, you notice at some way into the short rest that Marinol is not with you anymore. You saw her in the lava room.
Right.
When you dimension doored across, you didn't see her come across with you.
Okay.
You see her moving across?
She was like, she leapt to a second platform at one point, but you didn't see her actually come all the way across. So she might still be in there for all you know.
We're not her babysitter.
Let's see. I'm gonna walk back to this. Is the door closed to this other room with the barrels?
No, it's still open.
I'm just gonna look in that room to see if she's in there.
You don't see her in there.
I will call out to her.
You don't hear anything back.
I imagine they saw the explosion from that room when they were looking across at us.
Yeah. I assume you are aware that that room exploded. It was filled with like burnt, charred pieces of barrel that were reassembling themselves.
Are the barrels still reassembling?
The barrels appear to be in one piece again.
Okay, I'm probably not gonna go in there. Hmm.
Aurelia, do you share any of this information?
Well, yeah, I would tell her tell everybody that Marnell's not is nowhere around, nowhere to be seen, and I go around here to look for her, call out to her. Hmm.
I would move back and check. Um. Aurelia, why don't you take a few steps back? I'm gonna activate this room again. This seems dangerous once more.
All right.
Clave is going to, because he doesn't want to just get an explosion in the face again. Even though, you know,
Heard
he can
him.
take it. So he's just gonna drop another anvil on one of the barrels and then move back.
So one of the barrels breaks open and there's another explosion in the room and the room is on fire again.
Um, can I dismount from my Phantom Steed?
Yes,
If I do that, is that gonna end the spell?
I don't believe it does.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna dismount from the steed then. So that it doesn't take any damage. And then walk over to the entrance. And do I see Marinol?
No,
Marinol, where are you? Can you hear me?
you don't hear anything back.
Alright, I'm gonna look over here. Do I notice anything here?
Nope.
Um,
Door still appears to be at the end, closed.
okay. What about in here? Marinol,
You don't see her there either.
you know what? I will run back. Anything here?
Nope.
Alright. What about in her old room?
Nope, you don't see anything there either.
Alright. Clave will return back to the group. I've searched all the way back into the room where we took rest. Wasn't able to find her.
Hmm.
Maybe, maybe Mordenkainen's curse was real. Maybe she was destroyed.
Hazard a guess that she is not destroyed. He doesn't seem the type that would let the servitude just die. Likely she is back in that room in her coffin,
No, I checked.
inside her coffin.
I think Clave would have checked the coffin had he gone in there.
You didn't see her in the coffin.
Yeah.
I actually like to think Clave had to schlep back, grumbling. I like to think Clave schlepped back and was like, yeah, he thinks he's so smart.
I like that too. So that's what happened now.
Still a victory for me.
Either that or she set off another trap, in which case we need to be careful. But I think we should proceed forward now.
Maybe we can conduct a more thorough search on our way back. See if she might have gone further elsewhere. But I agree, we should move forward.
Alright, which door? I think, I'm most intrigued by this door here.
Well, I seems like a way to go.
Does this body look familiar? Like anything?
No, you can also tell it's some sort of draconic horse hybrid.
Some monstrosity.
Alright. So is this door locked?
The door is locked.
Alright,
Oh, wait, I forgot to use hit dice. Hold on. I had short rest. Okay, I'm good. Sorry.
alright, I cast knock on the door.
The door unlocks. Opening it up, you see there is a giant sigil on the floor that's radiating with electricity, with lightning moving along the length of it. There are actually various parts of it that appear to be lit up by lightning from time to time. There's a body lying in the center of the sigil on the floor that appears to have been stitched together.
Um. So,
You also don't see a way out of this room from where you are.
so do I detect a mind?
You do not.
Okay. Is there anything that I can glean about the runes or the design of this circle?
You can make an Arcana check. You're not exactly sure what this is. It has something to do with trapping the electricity in it. So there's some elemental magic to it, but you're not really sure what the ultimate purpose of it is. Or why this body has been stitched together from various body parts. But T-Hole, yeah, T-Hole, Zarius, and Aurelia, you can make an Arcana check.
Figure it
Yeah,
out.
you know,
Power
or
source.
Ugh. Nice.
So Aurelia, you actually remember a fair bit about this. These sigils are something similar to what you've seen before in Mordenkainen's Modest Manor, where there was a golem made entirely of hands that was on a table. These symbols were carved into the walls and on the machines that was feeding it electricity. And they were used to animate the hand golem.
Hmm,
I was right. It's a power
okay,
source.
I will let everybody know.
So it's a flesh golem, but just a human that's a golem.
I mean, it's many different humans that were stitched together to
Hmm.
make this golem.
This one?
Yes. But it appears to be completely inactive at the moment.
Yeah, until it isn't.
I don't understand what the purpose of keeping it in this room would be.
Punish those curious enough to get close.
Perhaps we should
I
go
mean,
through the,
yeah, you haven't seen the whole room. You haven't seen that far corner. Maybe there's something, a chest or something there.
Alright, well, Clay will peek in.
When you cross the threshold, you see both that the electricity begins to shock the body in the center of the room. And it begins to stir, and the electricity doesn't go away, but forms itself into definite shapes as sort of electrical elementals begin to dance around the room, shocking this creature into consciousness again. And you can now see there is a door in the southern part of the room.
Alright, Clave is gonna back up and shut the door. A Homer Simpson in the bushes.
So the door is going to be closed again.
Where was this door that you saw?
Like down
Right
here.
there.
Attached to the spike, the dragon bone golem. in the
Yeah,
room attached to it, you think, or was it on the same wall as this door, or was it down?
it was, the door was right here. Perhaps we should move away from the door in case it's gonna want to follow.
T-hole's already backed up.
Alright. Is this door open?
That
Or-
door, as it turns out, is completely unlocked, but it opens up to a blank wall.
I'm gonna, T-hole's gonna try to touch, he's gonna just touch the wall to see if it's an illusion.
It is not an illusion. It is a physical wall.
Is
Push.
there like any, like he'll like push, like see if there's any holes in the bricks that he can like stick his fingers into.
Right. I mean, you gather there must be something. It's recessed into this wall. It appears as though it's not supposed to be this way, but make me an investigation check.
Oh, hold on.
Maybe T-hole, you can help me make the investigation check. I have a +10.
But Teal started. Let him let him
Okay.
try.
Okay.
I was checking something. I had. Maybe I got rid of it. I had like the monocles.
That's true. At one point you had the eyes of minute seeing. That is way back. That is like session 4 or 5. Like you got that back in Alcator.
Yeah, I know. I still have the crown. I'm still wearing the crown.
I don't think it requires attunement, right? You just put them on, right?
I can't imagine you would have just like gotten rid of them.
Yeah, I have them. For some reason they're not in my. I have them in my
It's just-
inventory list. I just didn't put the description. I lost the description.
So yeah, so you have advantage on intelligence investigation checks made that are, made using, I mean, it makes sense you wouldn't have built it in because it's only ones based on sight, but this would help with that.
Okay. Investigation. Advantage. Not that it helped much.
Heel closely examines the wall inch by inch and finds nothing.
Yeah, he's even got like he's even got the eyes out. He's just like scratching the wall.
Teal's like, hold on, let me get my glasses on.
Well, I've got bad news. The solid wall.
Well, that can't be true.
Are you sure you're using those things right?
He
Got
looks
them in
over,
his-
his fucking eyes are huge.
I don't think there's any other way to use them.
Wait, what do you mean?
He's got the left eye lens over the right eye.
Yeah, he turned him upside down.
Uh, perhaps you can give it a crack, Clave.
Alright, I'll give it a shot. Can I make the check?
Yep.
Jeez.
That's as good as my roll. Just with the modifier.
Yeah, you're looking at it. It does look like it moves, but you're not sure how to trigger it.
Dustin, you rolled intimidation.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's your investigation?
Takes his
Like,
fist at the door.
you know what?
Do you know who I am?
I've pounded better doors in the rubble than you.
Right. You still rolled a 4 and a 5 though, so unless your
Yeah.
intelligence is like in the 30s.
Oh yeah, my investigation, I have a 0 modifier, so that would have been even worse.
So you're sure it's some sort of door, you just don't see any triggers for it at all.
Well, we can try and beat it down, maybe. What's it made out of?
The stone wall.
Oh. It'll be slightly more difficult to beat down.
Hmm. Does anyone have a crowbar? Or some sort of
Yes.
maybe is there like, does it look like there's a spot that we could try to like wedge in a crowbar to try to like pry either the wall apart or the
I mean, yeah, you could definitely try to either stick a crowbar between the individual blocks on the wall or underneath the wall or something. There's not like an obvious space where you could like definitely fit a crowbar. It's not like there's a gap underneath the wall.
we could try to pry these blocks out.
Right. Clave can tell that the wall appears to move in the direction where you are.
So it comes towards us,
Yes,
or it's supposed to come towards us.
yes. You can see that there are scratches along the floor where it's slid along before.
Hmm. All right. Well, does anybody
have
have any
one-
ideas?
I only have one way of dealing with it, and it is dangerous. I could shake the entire place.
What do you mean?
I can cause an earthquake. Like I said, it is dangerous. This place is likely to just crumble around us, killing us.
That seems like trying to take care of an anthill with dynamite.
What is dynamite?
Does it kill the ants?
You mean
If we are
smoke
the-
powder, smoke
if
powder.
we are the
Smoke
ants.
powder, yes, smoke powder.
Yeah. If we are the ants, then yes, it does kill them.
Uh, I may have a more precise method. Everybody stand back. I'll try
Alright,
and
if it doesn't work, then we can bust out the crowbar.
I'll try and use my telekinesis to move it. Maybe force of mind will be strong enough.
What's the strength on telekinesis?
1,000
mean-
pounds.
So you watch as the door slides a little bit, like a quarter of an inch, and then you hear a click and it stops moving.
Okay, I'm gonna try and move it in a different direction then. Either left or right, see if that gives at all.
You discover you can basically shake it back and forth, but there's some physical mechanism that's holding it in place. And you're just moving it about, whatever that mechanism is. But I'll just say, you imagine from what you're hearing that there may be like metal bars in the ceiling and floor that raise up and lower out into this wall, and it's just, you're moving the wall, it's rattling against those metal bars that are holding it in place.
Okay. Well, there's some kind of mechanism keeping it from moving. Maybe metal bars above or below it on the
Maybe now that it's
sides.
been moved, we can get a better idea.
It's only moved a quarter of an inch.
So the scratch on the floor, does it look like it swings or
Yes, it looks like it swings in.
okay? Chip at the hinges.
So it doesn't have hinges. You could see
Hinges.
the corner, right, the corner where it's sliding from though.
How? Uh. Yeah, I got nothing. Unless we want to start prying bricks off. Or prying the stones out.
I'll hand you my crowbar. Or I mean, maybe I should do it. I think I'm stronger.
Is it possible to try and dismantle the door with the telekinesis?
I mean, you could. I don't see why you couldn't do that. From the spell description. It's just the mechanics of the spell description don't describe how that would work. Like, I know what it is to move 1,000 pounds, but you know, you're gonna have to break these things open
Well,
to
so
rip the
is it
blocks out.
their individual blocks?
Yes, it's a stone wall made of blocks rather than a giant block of stone.
Well, according to the spell, it's not just that it's a brute force, it's also I can exert fine control with
Right,
the
that's why I'm saying
objects.
I don't see why you can't. I know the athletics check it takes to start breaking this wall down. I don't know what it is when they don't give you a strength score. But
Um,
we'll say you can. It is an exceedingly slow process. I mean, 1,000 pounds is still a significant strength score if you backed your way into that from like the lift carry drag thing. Um, so eventually you realize, hey, this would be even easier if you could just chip at it with a crowbar. So you use your telekinesis and the crowbar to force your way in between these blocks, at which point they begin to tumble down. Eventually, you are able to break a hole in the wall, and the wall starts to disintegrate on its own.
excellent. That that was easy. Clave says as he's sweating bullets,
On the
Speaking of,
other,
Uh,
could you have just disintegrated it?
exhausted.
oh yeah, that would have worked instantly if you just
Well,
cast disintegrate.
yeah, I didn't use all of my spell slots disintegrating that golem.
Goddamn golem.
On the far side of the door, you can see the most obvious thing in the room is right in front of you. There are just piles of dragon skin. It looks as if these were like full dragons that were skinned, and the skins just piled up in the corner of this room. You also see, in addition to the detritus you've seen in the other rooms, in the middle of the room there is a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high, green glowing gelatinous cube, at the center of which you could see there is some sort of metal bar suspended just in the middle of it. There's also a corridor leading out on the far side of the room.
Well,
You
is
cut,
it
you cut out, it said in the center, there's a ball.
Bar.
A bar.
Okay.
Like an
Metal bar.
immovable rod, maybe?
I mean, it's floating. It doesn't have to be immovable. It's floating in the middle of the gelatinous cube.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But it is a bar.
um the this is making more sense now, Mordekainen's research to use every part of a dragon. Clave will step in.
And the dragon skins begin to rise up under your feet.
Of course they do.
Like a dragon skin golem.
I believe it's called a dragon flesh golem.
Um, could I do, is there any time left on my telekinesis?
There is.
I would like to, as this happens, use my telekinesis to rip the bar from the gelatinous cube and stab the dragon skin golem in the back.
I mean,
Just
you
just
can,
because I think it's a cool image. I don't know if it'll actually
yeah,
do anything, but
right. So you pull the bar out of the gelatinous cube. Make an attack roll without proficiency.
okay. Using what modifier?
That's a good question. I'll say intelligence. So you definitely impale the rod into the back of the dragon flesh golem. Roll me 1d10 damage. And you can add your intelligence to that. So
Alright,
11.
so yeah.
So the creature roars as its floppy skin looms over you.
Alright,
So let's roll for initiative.
Hell's Kepri at? They over here got it.
So many flesh golems. Here you go.
So Teal, you get to act first.
Well, he's gonna summon or do 3 points, Kai points to summon his Visage. Um, uh, Summon his Visage in his arms.
Okay.
And he's gonna run up and attempt to hit the dragon flesh golem. I no longer bless, so ignore that. Ignore the plus. So does an 18 hit?
No.
And I'm going to move away and back up.
Are you using some way to prevent an attack? Well, he hasn't gone yet. He can't take an attack of opportunity yet. So never mind.
But even if so, with the mobile feat, since I attacked him,
Oh, okay.
that's his T-hole's turn.
Okay. Clave.
um. So. I'm gonna command my mount to take the disengage action. And then.
Where's
Move
the
this
mount
way,
moving to?
but back. This way.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my telekinesis. How, because it's a 10-minute concentration, about how long is of the duration is left?
Probably a minute. Took a
Okay.
while to get through the wall.
Okay. So I'm going to use the telekinesis to try and hold the creature and move it up, suspending it off the ground.
Okay.
So that'll be intelligence check versus its. Okay. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to activate my crown.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
Aurelia.
Just gonna stand there.
I'm doing stuff. Believe me, you just can't see it.
It's like goes to the other side and looks constipated.
Yeah.
You're muted, Peter, if you're saying anything.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Oh, hell, let's try that. So I get out my Bandor and I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on it.
Okay,
So it's got a deck save.
yep. It did not make its deck save.
All right, it is Fairy Fired. So we should have advantage against it.
Nice.
What color is your fairy fire?
Oh, okay. Violet light.
I just figured it'd be black.
It's shining a black light. Hate to see,
Yeah, it's a black
hate to
light.
see, hate to see what this place is like with a black light.
So where did you move to cast this? You have to be able to see it. Or did you move back?
Oh, sorry. I would have just stepped in there, right? I can see him from there, right?
Yeah,
And yeah, then I just step back out of the way.
Okay. all right. Anything else you're doing?
No, that's it.
Sarius.
Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the classic Toll the Dead on it.
Okay. Did take damage from the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, made it.
Wow. Some bullshit. All right. Yeah. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. It's bonus action. I'll just stay here.
Okay, let me see what it wants to do. So it's gonna move up here and it's going to exhale a breath weapon against all of you. So everybody make me a dexterity save. As it breathes lightning and acid on you.
Here's a question: is this considered a dragon's breath weapon?
It is.
Because my armor should give me advantage on that. I think.
Then you have advantage.
I'm gonna
What is
spend a
it?
Kai point to re-roll that deck save.
Dex.
There, that was Kai point well spent.
So
Just made it.
everybody made their deck save. So you take half of the 64 damage you might otherwise take. I guess you should break that out because Sarius is resistant to acid.
I sure am.
So it's 17 and 17 lightning, 15 acid. That's its turn. So T-hole, it's your turn again.
T-hole. He's gonna run up to it again. And attack it, and he has advantage because it's fairy fired.
Yep.
So
Those are all hits.
he's gonna do radiant damage. If it matters. And we got our martial arts die. And I'm gonna spend a Kai point to attempt a stunning strike.
Okay.
It may not be very far. I gotta make a con save. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's a good point. You still would have hit all those times.
Oh, that's good.
Nice. So it's got a 19
Um,
or an 18.
It is not fairy fired.
So you watch as the purple flames die away.
Asshole.
Just to make a con save. It did not make it, so it's stunned.
And T-Hold to take a step back. A few steps back. And that'll be his turn.
Clave.
Alright, seeing that it's stunned. Clave is going to use Mind Sliver. So it needs to make a intelligence save.
Failed.
Does it take all that fire damage?
No, it does not.
Does it seem like it takes any fire damage?
Seems like it took a little bit.
Okay. Um. Hmm. And then I'm going to have my mount move me. Okay, another door. And I'll move back. There's just another door back here. And that's my turn.
Ugh.
Aurelia.
That one we know about.
Um,
Is the gelatinous cube doing anything?
Just sitting there. I mean, normally they're invisible, so this is already an unusual one because it's green and glowing.
You know what? I'm sorry. Before Aurelia goes, can I use an action point to take another action?
You can. Aurelia doesn't object.
Go for it. That's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna use an action point to move the gelatinous cube with my telekinesis to try and envelop it with to envelop the golem.
I imagine the gelatinous cube might well weigh more than 1,000 pounds, but it's
But I can move a huge creature.
right. And what you discover is based on the mechanics of the spell, this must not actually be an actual creature. It's just a giant cube of acidic gelatin. But you move it and it envelops the golem. But the golem is immune to acid damage, so it doesn't really do that much to it. But it is inside this giant cube of gelatin now.
Here Clave is thinking he did something good, not realizing yet that it has done nothing but hurt everybody else.
I'm gonna heal it. The golem. Fire and acid usually a lot of times heals them.
I am actually just picturing like a Jello salad now with with a dragon flesh golem inside. But I mean, it is still pretty much easy to hit because it's the same size as this cube, roughly.
Okay.
But it is
I haven't
thoroughly,
really screwed up, run over too badly yet.
right, thoroughly slathered in gelatin. Really, it's your turn.
Side. Hmm. Uh, I will see. Freaking cursor. There we go. So the cube is, so it's inside the cube now.
Yes, the cube has moved and is now basically right in front of the passageway, the entrance to this room.
Okay, so that,
And-
no, that wouldn't be a good idea either.
And it appears to be stunned, so you have advantage if you're attacking it.
I probably should do some kind of damage. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave on it. I'll probably have to move closer than where I'm at a bit.
I mean, you could basically just barely hit it from where you are.
I should have enough movement that I can. See, 5, 10, 15. And I could stand right there and hit it.
So you blast it backwards, along with the cube, I assume, for the most part. I'm just gonna say you basically obliterate the cube. It's just a big wobbling blob of jelly,
Okay.
but you knock it back, and it takes the thunder damage, or it takes some of it because it's resistant to thunder damage.
Okay. Um. And I'll move
Oh.
back here.
Yeah.
What?
I forgot it has magic resistance, but that doesn't affect this.
Oh, has the advantage. Okay. Alright, then I move back behind the wall.
The golem make an intelligence save?
Tried to. It didn't, its 3 intelligence wasn't really helping it so much.
Yeah. Okay. I see the con underneath it now. I work it. I was like, hold on, wait a second.
Anything else Aurelia's doing?
No, that's it.
Zarius.
I think I'll just I'm gonna ungroup here from the rest of the party. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then I will I mean, I guess I just fucking told the dead again. God damn it. Roll better. What the fuck?
You watch as some of its skin blackens and falls off, revealing more skin underneath.
Sure. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll spiritual weapon as well. I want to take care of this thing. I don't want it to fucking blast more bullshit at everybody.
That hits. What's the damage?
And that's it for me.
Keyhole, it's still stunned.
Teals will stand and unleash more. So two of those, or one of those, no, two of those hit.
Yeah, two of them hit, the 13 and the 10 on your martial arts die. Oops.
And he's gonna move to the side here. And that'll be his turn.
Okay. Glaive,
Um. All right. I'm gonna try and lift him again with my telekinesis. God
Glaive's like, I
damn.
swear I'm doing something. He stares intently.
Smash sweating a little bit.
Bring me my brown pants.
Anything else you're doing?
No, that's all.
Aurelia,
What did it do on its turn?
it stood there stunned.
Okay. Uh, is it still stunned? Should
No.
be. I don't know. Shit. Ow. I will cast Dissonant Whispers.
So it can take the damage, but it's immune to fear. So is this fear?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so.
Yeah. Okay. So it fails. Let's move. So it runs away. I mean, it can't actually squeeze around you if you don't let it. On your giant
Um,
steed.
I mean, I would let it.
Okay, then it keeps
I don't
moving
want that
through your
thing
space.
near me.
I mean. It
Do I
kind
get
of
an
winds
attack
up,
of opportunity?
yes, you do. If you have a weapon in hand or Warcaster.
I do have
I'll punch it.
Warcaster. Um,
So do I.
Oh, actually, it ends up right next to you, so you don't get an attack of opportunity.
oh,
Oops. Anything else you're doing, Aurelia?
Oh, that's it.
Zarius.
Um. I mean, might as well go for the classic here. Toll the Dead. Some fair damage.
Failed.
Pull the
So
spiritual
it,
weapon.
right.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, but you can roll first. So it is at about half now.
I'm just gonna stand here, I guess.
Okay. So the dragon flesh golem you see finally gets a chance to roar out, and it's standing right in front of Clave. So first it stares at you trying to look into your soul, and I need you to make me a wisdom save.
I'm immune to fright.
Okay, then you can't be frightened. So it wastes that. It is then going to try to claw and bite you.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. No, actually, I mistook that. Uh, I can't, wait a minute. Am I? Okay, I think I have competing things going on. Because I know the spear, if I become frightened, I become vulnerable to everything. But I think I'm also immune to fear now?
I do not remember.
Okay, I have
Entirely
it,
possible.
I have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. And advantage on saving throws against the breath weapon of dragons. Okay, so I have advantage on fear. So let's see. Okay. I'm going to use an action point to re-roll that because if I become afraid, bad things. Okay.
That's much better.
So it is still going to try to physically attack you, even though you're not frightened.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was not two bites. Well, the first bite and then two claws.
Okay. The bite, I'm going to use my wait,
Just for yourself. Do you get that once a day?
I'm looking that up if I get it because I've already used it today, but if it refreshes on a short rest, so I have it again. All right, so I'm gonna use the illusory self on that first one, and uh, and then I take the 15 slashing, and then con save to see if I maintain my telekinesis. I maintain my telekinesis
How many times were you hit?
just once.
This once.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's only one bite. Yeah.
And it lets out another roar that seems to shake the walls of this place. You see dust and stone begins to fall from the ceiling. But that's its turn. T-hole.
T-hole runs up to it. And he's going to hit it again. It's 3 hits.
Yep.
And he's going to attempt another stunning strike.
It failed.
And he'll take a few steps back from Clave. That's
Okay.
that's his turn.
Clave.
Alright, Clave's gonna move back a bit, and then he's gonna use Mind Sliver.
Failed.
And that's Clave's turn.
Aurelia. Actually, Aurelia, make me a perception check. I'm gonna send you a message.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. 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 Nope, I don't want that. Come on. Now I can see. Um. No, too far away. I'll try Eldritch Blast. See if I can hit
Okay.
it.
You have advantage. That's a hit.
17.
That's a miss.
26 for 1 bonus damage.
So 2 hits.
And big. 20, 25. I'll move here and say, we may have company from the other room. Be ready.
Who's coming?
Beyond whatever was beyond that door.
Oh boy.
You mean from behind us? Like here?
Yeah.
Uh, maybe that other golem.
Yes.
So Zarius, your turn. The creature is
So-
just standing there dumbstruck at this point.
Yeah, stunned, right?
Yep.
Oh, I can almost reach it, but not quite. All right. Told it. Oh, come on. It's rolling lower and lower. Let's get the spiritual weapon, I guess. Oh, fucking really?
That bounces off its leathery hide.
Damn it. All right. That's it.
Okay. It is stunned, but top of the round after its turn. You see the dragon bone golem you saw previously appear in the doorway.
Oh boy. He's got a bone to pick. Or do we have a bone to pick with it?
Some of you at
Yep.
least saw this thing before.
Don't let them merge up. That's all we
Yeah, I know.
need is.
Voltron.
Yeah.
The fucking bone, the dragon bones climb into the dragon skin.
So T-Hole, it's your turn.
Are you the
And you hear
gatekeeper?
the clacking of these bones behind you appearing in the doorway.
T-hole will run up to that. Be at 10 feet distance. And punch it. With radiant damage. That's 2 hits. Well, maybe 2 hits.
The 17 is also a hit on this one.
Ah, nice. And I will spend a Kai point to attempt a stunning strike on these bones, if that is. We'll try anyway. It's
Turns out you discover it is immune to being stunned.
ah.
T-hole, you may, hold on. You may want to move out of the way.
I will do that.
Oh, it's 5 foot. No, you can stay there if you want.
Yeah, I could still.
He says after you move, go back.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, no, I'll do my martial arts die. And
All right.
that'll be my turn.
-2. Okay. Clave.
All right. I am going to unveil my spear and use 6 charges to cast Sunbeam at this one.
Okay,
It still gets a minus D4
good
to
point.
the roll. Ah, at least it takes half damage.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna move over here. That's my turn.
Aurelia.
Okay, Zarius is there. Okay, that dude's right there. Um. Shit. Step back and I'm gonna cast Shatter on it.
Okay,
See what that does.
it failed. What's the damage? 1d6. It seems to have taken all of this damage.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll move down here.
Anything else?
That's it.
Zarius.
So the guy here is not stunned anymore, right?
Right.
Hmm. Yeah. So I'm gonna I'm gonna have the spiritual weapon hit it right quick.
Okay.
For
That's a miss.
18. Damn,
19 is his AC.
motherfucker. All right. Yeah. That swings as I basically say, Osiris commands you, grovel. I'm gonna cast command on it and tell it to grovel. DC 18. Yeah.
And it falls to its knees.
I think it spends its turn doing that, so it doesn't do it yet. I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Um. And then yeah, I will just stand here.
Okay, so it's the other golem's turn. Something. There we go. So it is going to move into the room. It's probably going to move to here, I guess. And then it's going to The clattering of the bones begins to loom over T-Hole now, focusing its attention on you. It's got giant wings on either side of it. And it is going to first try to hit T-Hole with one of its wings.
That's a hit.
I mean, the dragon flesh golem is not its mortal enemy. Doesn't attack.
Not yet, not yet. It
Oh,
hasn't
okay,
quite
okay.
gotten all the way up to it though.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
you are pinned under the bony wing of this golem, and you
Okay.
take 14 bludgeoning damage as it brings the wing down upon you. And it then uses the fact that you're pinned by the wing makes it harder for you to defend yourself against the fact that it's going to try to rend you with its claws. And you're restrained, by the way, under this thing.
So does that mean I've got like disadvantage? Not that it matters on this.
Yes.
Okay. That's a miss.
There goes again.
That's a hit.
So it's 29 damage total then on that one.
Hmm.
But that's its turn. The dragon flesh golem drops to its knees and grovels before Zarius, and then immediately ends its turn. And now it's Teal's turn.
Checking something.
So yeah, it's in order to get out from under the pinion, you can't athletic or acrobatics your way out. You have to use athletics, or some other way of misty stepping or something away.
Yeah. Why? I'm looking. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah. Necrotic is not part of that. Okay. So I will use. I will try to make my athletics check. And because I have the arms, I'm going to use a modifier, my wisdom modifier in place, so I get +4. So it'll be this +4.
So that's enough. You are no longer restrained.
So yeah, I imagine him just like, or like his astral arms just kind of lift up the bony pinions, and he like slides right out.
So that's an action though.
Yeah. And I'm going to attack it once with my bonus action.
That's a hit.
And because I attacked it, that means that I can run away from it without taking a penalty.
Okay.
And I'm going to run across the room to the dragon golem, and then I'm going to punch it, since I get 2 attacks with my bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt a stunning strike on the dragon golem, because at least I know that one works.
So it's stunned.
That's 35 feet. And then I'll move. 2, 3. Move here. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Wave.
I'm gonna move here. And then. I wanted it to linger. Sunbeam right through these guys. And I believe the dragon flesh golem automatically fails dex saves while stunned.
Right.
No, wait,
Prone.
is that?
So
It's
it's
just
stunned.
prone.
It's stunned because Teal just stunned it.
Oh, you just did that. Okay, gotcha.
So he still gets his deck save. Let's see. He failed anyway.
And then. I'm going to then. Move over here. That's my turn.
Okay. Aurelia.
Hmm.
Skip past him. Now Aurelia.
Okay, gonna hit the bone golem with shatter again.
Failed. So you hear the sound of shattering shards of bone. But it is a lot of bones fitted together in unusual ways.
Well, I'm sure. And 5, 10, 15, 20. So I'm going to move here.
So is Mordecai in his research where he says that he learned how to use every part of the dragon, just using every part of the dragon to make a different type of golem? Like, are we gonna see a dragon eyeball golem next?
You don't know what other parts of the dragons are there. An esophageal tract golem. I mean, he had a hand golem. And he had
Just waiting for the dragon penis golem.
Oh God. Well, wait, do they have penises or do they have cloacas?
I
That's
mean,
good.
a lot of serpents have hemipenises or hemipenes in addition to cloaca.
Hemipene is a fun word to say.
Sorry, is the next natural thought when you think about all the golems that could exist.
So is Aurelia doing anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, Sarius.
Um. All right, so let's have the spiritual weapon attack. He's still prone, right?
Yes.
Should be advantage.
Oh, he's also stunned.
Oh, there's also stunning. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Minimum damage, of course. Let's man, so many spell slots right now.
I accidentally just deleted his hit points. But there you
He's dead.
go. Or he's immortal.
Oh shit, Kurt is taking revenge for the last session.
I was hoping you would knock down the wall with earthquake so that I could actually do rocks fall, everyone dies for real.
Well, if it's immortal, we're just gonna turn to Aurelia and say, "Hey, modify its memory, make it friendly to
Right.
us." We're the ones that made you. Remember, you were listening to us. I think I'm gonna cast Bane on these two.
Okay.
So that's charisma saves for them too.
So Dragon Bone Golem failed. So close, Dragon Bone Golem. Dragon Flesh Golem fail.
Sweet.
Oh, that's true. Technically, they have magic resistance, which I keep forgetting, but it doesn't apply. Doesn't do
Yeah.
anything in this particular case.
And then I will scooch over to this side. Again, not trying to be in a cone, just in case. I don't know what the fuck this thing can do with the cone, if it has any cone breath weapon attacks. So, they have been baned. Delightful. My bonus action, my movement's done. Yeah, we're good.
I was born in the darkness.
Oh, I guess.
T-Hold has the ability to do that as well with that staff that I gave him.
So the Dragon Bone Golem's turn. It is going to march over here, and you watch as the flesh of the flesh golem gets touched by the bones and it begins to wrap itself around the bones again, creating one much larger creature that on the outward appearance looks a lot like the dragon flesh golem, but has wings and doesn't appear to be stunned. But that's its turn.
Who
T-hole.
could have foreseen this unfortunate turn of events?
I know. I just like to keep you surprised and on your toes.
So it just magically became unstunned with that.
Yes, it is a new creature almost now. It just got abilities from both of these other creatures, one of which is its resistances from the Dragon Bone Golem. Or its condition immunities, I mean.
Oh dear.
Is it still baned?
It's still Bane though. Both of them were Bane, so it picked that up.
is it like a double bane?
Yeah, it rolls 2d4.
Still one Bane.
Damn
It's like casting Bane twice on the same creature.
it. T-Hold, do something.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I can hit it, but I don't know how much crowd control I can do to this thing. Well, I'm gonna punch it anyway.
Okay. It's 3 hits.
And my martial arts die. And I'm gonna like I see this creature is huge,
Yes.
and I'm gonna guess that maybe it's gonna have trouble fitting into fitting in through the doors at this point, without causing some damage. So I'm gonna move. I got 15 more feet, so I'm gonna move there. So I'm gonna move here. So I'm out of sight. And that's my turn.
Okay. Clave.
What? I'm gonna cast Sunbeam. And move back. That's my turn.
Okay. Aurelia. I mean, you can see this thing is basically rejuvenated, but it did just take a bunch of damage between T-hole and Clave. So it begins to squeeze its way down the hallway.
Where is he going?
He's running away from Aurelia.
Oh,
That's the worst damage.
oh my God.
Yeah, got it
Yeah,
to
well,
move
I
away.
mainly wanted him to move, so that was the important thing. Hopefully he wouldn't go the other direction. Alright. I will move here. I will inspire myself.
Zarius, what are you doing?
Well, it's gotten further from me. Uh, From here, I can Toll the Dead. Oh, fuck it. Oh, he's got the Bane.
Right, so he fails.
Oh, if he's got Bane, then there's no chance that he could fail that other save. Never mind.
Yeah. So that was 15. Okay. It's not really any good. Anybody been hit? Where'd T-hole go?
Teal went back into the room, in the hallway towards the bone. The skeleton.
Where-
Yeah.
Has Aurelia been hit? Aurelia, no. All right.
Yeah, I've been hit.
Actually, I gotta check here. Hold on. I don't have very many spell slots. You've been hit, but are you like hurting?
No.
Okay.
I've been hit, but I regenerate, so I'm at full HP again.
I'm just gonna move back here. I'll let my spiritual weapon kind of sit because I don't think I can. I don't think I can make it. Hold on. Yeah, no, can't make it.
Okay. So it is going to, well, come back out to here. See. Can it actually see? So you see it lean around the corner. One is Aurelia. Two is Zarius. It is going to unleash its breath weapon on Zarius. It can't hit both of you, and it can't quite get to Clave.
Alrighty.
So make me a dexterity save.
I have advantage. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I'll use an action point. Maybe I can roll a little bit fucking better.
Oh,
I have advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
It seems like, Tony, for you in particular, every time you roll a crit fail, you then proceed to roll a crit success on at least one of
It's
your
pretty common.
rolls.
It happens. It's in there somewhere. I don't know why me. But it's just
So-
as likely to go the other way.
Yeah.
Right. So you take 16 and 15, unless you're resistant to poison.
Not the poison. It was poison this time, huh?
Yeah.
Sure. Confirming. Yeah, just acid and fire.
And that's his turn. So Teal, it's your turn again.
I'm gonna make it.
Teal
have-
steps forward. 15.
That was my concentration save. Warcaster,
what?
so I have advantage. For Bane.
Bane doesn't have a concentration check.
Yeah, it's a concentration. Up to a
Is
minute.
it?
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
doesn't require a save every time
I see.
for
Okay.
the creature.
Fair enough.
Warcaster means it's still around.
Gonna move here and hit it twice.
Those are both hits. And your martial arts die.
That's right. Not very helpful. Hmm. And then I'm gonna spend a Kai point. To use Step of the Wind to run back. Exactly where I was before.
Okay. Clave.
Alright. Move forward. Yeah. And hit it with another Sunbeam.
Failed.
Wait. Doesn't that hit magic resistance?
Oh, you're right. It does.
But it does have Bane.
It does
But it
have
does
Bane
have
and
Bane. So if it
well,
rolls a
even if it,
4, it could
even if
still
it
just
rolls
make it.
4, it would,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
But no, it's good to keep pointing that out to me because I will forget.
And then
So takes 15.
that's my turn.
Okay. Aurelia.
Ah. This. Hmm. Go with some more dissonant whispers.
He runs back down the hallway again.
So wear him out.
Anything else you're doing?
No, that's it.
Zarius.
Okay. Um, how's this damn thing looking right now anyways?
It's not at half of its new HP total, but it's taking a lot of damage. Like a significant fraction of its hit points.
Okay. We'll do. Sorry, on that. Oh, this isn't concentration. Okay. I shall cast blindness.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I can't do that. It's too far away. I would like to cast blindness. It is too far away. I will instead go with the oldie. Toll the Dead. There's some decent damage.
Failed.
just gonna move the spiritual weapon a little bit further, just in case he keeps fucking having, he just keeps running back and forth.
Seems like he's doomed to keep running back and forth.
Let's see how it's right here. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay.
So anything else you're doing?
That's it.
So it is going to move back up to exactly where it was. Let me see if it gets its breath weapon back. It does not. So what can it do? It inhales and then begins to exhale a gray mist that fills this entire room. And I need Aurelia and Zarius to make me constitution saves.
No,
Does the mist block line of sight?
No, not completely.
14. Hmm,
You sticking with that?
No. No.
Yeah, neither am I.
Looks like it will be a 19.
I didn't make it.
Okay. So you are restrained. You take 29 necrotic damage and you are restrained and you are beginning to turn to stone. And you'll have to repeat the save on your next turn.
Of course, necrotic damage. I should have just taken the damage.
Then you would have been starting the process of turning to stone.
Yeah.
Potatoes, tomatoes.
It's not all that bad. Come on.
And that's its turn. Teal.
Teal's gonna pop out again. Is the room still?
The mist is basically dissipating. It's like, poison gas attack. You had to be in the room at the time.
Gotcha. He's gonna run up and do the same thing.
Those
Guessing,
are both misses.
yeah. And I'm going to use my bonus action to hit twice more.
Those are both hits. Plus your martial arts die,
Yeah,
36 damage.
take it. That's gonna be his turn.
Okay. Clave.
Here. Is it obvious that Zarius is about to turn to stone?
You can see that his flesh is turning to stone.
Alright. So. Zarius, do we need to get you to safety?
I mean, I can use a spell slot to make myself immune to being paralyzed or restrained. I don't know if that stops the stone effect necessarily. So I don't know.
do you want to take my steed and ride it out of here?
Um, I don't think that'll be necessary. If I turn to stone, then I'm just fucking turned to stone. They can't hurt me then. Those breath weapons don't do shit.
All right,
Well, that's one
Uh,
way to look at it. Yeah.
all right. I'm gonna use Sunbeam again. Ooh, Bane.
All right.
Shit. All right.
Speaking of Bane, I did take some damage there, I guess.
Right.
I have advantage on this. Yeah, we're good.
All right. Since this area is too good for my steed, I'll just use it to bring my ass back out of the room.
I just don't see what it'll do.
All right. That's my turn.
All right. Aurelia.
What shall we do? I will cast Shatter on it. God, that damage sucks.
Failed. Anything else you're doing?
No, that's it.
Okie dokie. Zarius.
Um, I'll go ahead. I gotta upcast it. I gotta use a higher level spell slot, understanding that it doesn't actually benefit the spell at all. But I'm gonna cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Okay.
Says I cannot be paralyzed or restrained.
So
Um,
you're not restrained. Petrified is a different condition than restrained, though.
I understand.
You're free to
It's-
free to move about. It's just a question of whether or not you turn to stone.
Yeah, so that's happening, and then I will you because so currently the beads that I have are wrapped on my staff.
Mhm.
Would it require any special action to unravel them?
I mean, I would say that would be a normal sort of object interaction. Assuming you didn't put them on there in some intricate way on purpose.
No, not on purpose. Yeah, exactly.
Then you can take them off basically without any sort of action or bonus action.
Okay, so while my spiritual weapon goes ahead and swings here right quick,
That's a hit.
for that amount of damage. I unravel the beads and drop them to the floor at my feet.
Okay.
If I fail this, use these.
Why wouldn't you just use like greater restoration on yourself?
Because it only works if I've been fucking turned to stone. I haven't been turned to stone yet.
Okay.
That's why I put the beads down so that somebody can fucking do that. It's on the beads.
Okay.
So make your con save.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
So you hear the last thing that Zarius says before he turns to stone is another petty argument with Clave.
Well, so-
He died as he lived.
I thought Zarius had a much better con save than a +3.
Plus, he's pretty good for most people.
I'm not proficient in it, so
So you watch as the dust particles that were exhaled onto him slowly turned him to a statue of Zarius in the corner. Will we
least-
test the theory that he can no longer be damaged in any way? We'll see.
At least he's out of the way.
We then learn that this is the only thing that this thing can eat. Petrified statues.
the real question is, do I maintain my concentration on Bane?
Oh yeah, that's true. The Bane is gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah.
It's the perfect concentration hack. Just turn yourself to stone.
Yeah. Then I never stop.
No, Zarius is right in front of him, or Teal is right in front of him. So he steps forward.
Now he's gonna crit. when I
Teal,
can't stop
yeah.
it.
Make me a wisdom save because he's going to try to frighten you as he stares into your soul.
Surely T-Hole can't be frightened.
Right. So that not working, he is going to try to bite and claw at you.
Oh, that's a hit. Those are all hits. 36 plus 25 is 61. He's hurting.
That's his turn. It's your turn now.
Use my bonus action to punch it,
That's it.
and then I'm gonna run away.
And your martial arts die.
So I'm
Not
gonna
sure.
do two punches.
Second one was a miss.
And then I'm gonna run over to Zarius. And then try to use my action to pick up the beads. And he doesn't really know how to use them. So he's just gonna try to like rub them on Zarius's face.
That's all you've ever seen me do. You know, is rub the beat. I didn't rub them on you, but yeah.
Is Zarius's mouth open that he could like put them inside?
He would never be so undignified.
Yeah. So the necklace of prayer beads does require attunement by a cleric, druid, or paladin.
Oh,
T-Hole's close enough, right?
You got action points, God damn it.
That's true. You do have action points. I mean, I would allow a one-use item to be triggered by an action point. I think that's fair. That is what action points are for.
I will spend an action point to do that, as I haven't spent any action points yet.
So you trigger the one of the I don't remember if you had one or more. The bead of favor to trigger the greater restoration, which transforms Zarius from stone statue into a fleshy, vulnerable dragonborn again.
And I'm sure he's in mid yelling at Clave.
Right.
As
There's just the
his-
one.
As Zarius's vision returns and he just sees Teal in front of him, he's just like,
Fucking
get out
bleeding
of this room. And then Teal is gonna run. He's gonna run. Because he was here. It's like he had 25, that's 55. 60, 65. Yeah, he can move right here. Just out of line of sight.
Did you give me the beads back? Did you just run off one?
I rather like these now that I tried them.
Yeah.
I have a place I can put these.
Yeah.
He would have.
Maybe, yeah, maybe slightly more awkward to get them out if you're slowly turning to stone.
He would have given him back to Zarius if Zarius asked.
Was
I
just
don't
coming out
even
of
think,
being
I
a
really
stone.
don't
I
think it
don't know
would
if
have
I had a
occurred.
chance.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would have occurred to Zarius to ask, just because why would you run off with his prayer beads?
As long as they're around, that's all that matters. And they don't get turned to stone.
Anything else Teal's doing?
No, that is it.
Clave.
Sunbeam. Yes,
Solid fail.
that fucker's blind now. Run away.
Blind is what I wanted to do to him. It's too far away.
That's my turn.
Okay. Aurelia.
Hmm. Let's see here. How's it looking? I mean, can I tell? Looks
It's
like we're
below
showing-
half,
Shit.
significantly below half.
Yeah, I'm gonna do dissonant whispers again. Rank it up.
Failed. This time it could run either way to get away from you. Left or right, one or two? Two. Anything else you're doing?
No, that's it.
Its turn. It knows Darius
Is it?
hasn't moved.
I thought it's my turn now.
Oh, did I skip you? Yeah, sometimes my mouse is like double clicking for some reason. Your turn.
Um,
So close to eating you.
Listen, if it wants to attack me, fine, but fuck, dude. Um. I was really wanting to blind it while it had Bane on it.
I mean, it's blind, so
It's currently blinded, yeah. I think. What do I do here? It's blind, so does that really make a difference in what I do? Most of my shit doesn't really matter. How long is it blinded for? That
oh,
spell?
Clave's next turn.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just start moving 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just do a channel divinity. I'm gonna do the path to the grave, making it vulnerable to the next attack that hits it.
Okay. So what does that look like when you do it?
There's the familiar howl from some far away place that we just don't see it. And there's like jackals like nipping at it and like tugging at its skin. Just indicating that there's something. It's ready to be struck.
But do you have to like present your holy symbol or something? What do you do while
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
happening?
I would. It would be, for a long time, I think I'd been using the beads as my holy symbol, but now I have to like pull out the old one from underneath my, pull it out, say the prayer, some prayer under my breath, kind of. I nobody. It's like a personal prayer in this case, but that's whenever you hear the howling happen and these
Okay.
sort of gray spectral wolves start nipping at its heels.
Anything else you're doing?
No, that's it. All right, I guess I'll move this thing. 5, 10, 15, 20.
So first, this moves down here. Can't find you. And it moves here. It still can't find anybody. So it is gonna keep moving. Oh, and it finds Aurelia, but it had to double move to get to Aurelia. So that's its turn. T-hole.
Okay, he's gonna pop out.
If you can hit it real hard with something.
He remembers he would have heard this howl and kind of knows what that means because he would always wait for that and then hit with the staff of striking.
Right.
Question is, spend 3 charges. So T-hole pulls out his wand of fireballs.
He's never done that before. Am I right?
He pulls out his wand of fireballs, so he's immune or that he's vulnerable to fire damage.
Well, but isn't
no,
it
It has to be an attack. Has to hit.
It has to be an attack roll, basically.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is why the staff of striking is so good.
If he hadn't given it away.
Yep. It would be vulnerable to fire if you struck it with fire, however, even if it's normally resistant.
No, I don't have any. I don't have anything that would naturally cause that.
I mean, still your attacks are
Any
probably
attack.
relatively strong
Yeah,
compared to other attack rolls people might make.
yeah.
I can't do any attack that would be as strong as one of yours.
It's fair. So what he's gonna do is pull out the rot dagger and plunge it into it.
You gotta hit though.
Well,
I
it's
mean, he's blind, so the
that's
23
true.
does hit.
That's true. That's true. True.
So that's you do 22 damage to it.
You only do martial arts die whenever you hit with your unarmed, or your visage arms.
Yeah, only when you hit with the arms. But I'm gonna use Step of the Wind, my high point to move back.
Okay.
Got my 11 HP, so playing it safe.
Became 22 because of the howling.
Oh, I get healed for that.
Oh
No,
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 I meant the damage. 11 damage you did.
Got no, I have.
but also couldn't
11
you
hit.
apply your martial arts die to that to double that as well? Because it's all of the attack's damage.
The martial arts die only applies if I hit with the arms.
Is it the arms or is it the monk weapon?
The arms.
I mean, the martial arts die. I thought the martial arts die was part of martial arts. Is it actually just an astral monk thing?
It is just an Astrolink thing.
Okay. So I am just misremembering.
But yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Clave.
Alright. And then. I'll do that so I can avoid Aurelia. Do I see Aurelia?
Yeah, through its legs, I'm sure you can see that she's
Okay.
there. Failed,
Nice.
blinded again.
That's my turn.
It's beginning to look on the rougher side. Aurelia,
Yeah. Let's see.
how many charges does the spear have?
Oh, the
Sun-
each
sun-
sunbeam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
mean,
count.
I know you're using the sunbeam lasts like a minute. I'm just wondering
Yeah.
how many charges the spear has. I don't recall.
10, and
Okay.
it took 6 to use the sunbeam.
Right.
All right, Dissonant Whispers. Garbage damage again. Good at rolling ones.
Nope.
Get out my face.
So if you have a melee weapon in hand, you can take an attack.
I usually don't.
So Zarius.
I'm gonna move.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, definitely move. Get the fuck out of there.
Get down here. Move it over there.
Um, guys, we're taking another short rest after this. I got two channel divinities, so I'm gonna do it again. The Howling returns.
Okay. Anything else you're doing?
Actually, before that, because I don't want this to waste the thing. So 5, so 5, 15, 20. So I'm gonna swing with the spiritual weapon first, then do the channel divinity. Because I don't think, yeah.
That's a hit. Okay. Anything else?
I 35. If it's gonna, maybe it'll attempt to go find that thing. I hit it again, or that got there.
I mean, it could briefly see you
Actually,
when right before Clay 3 blinded it.
Okay.
So it might know if you stand still that you were there, but it might also go after where Aurelia was before. Cause it doesn't know she moved.
Yeah, no, I like it over here. Yeah. And that's it.
1 to 3, it's going after Aurelia. 4 to 6 after Azarius, or at least your old positions. It stumbles over to where you sort of kind of were. Uh, winds up next to Aurelia again. Let's see. So it has disadvantage on these attacks. So 15 hit you?
Actually, it doesn't. It's amazing.
Miss?
Oh, no. That's its turn. Teal.
Excellent.
T-hole pops out 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. And he's gonna hit him with the arms.
Apply that martial arts to that first one.
And now that Zarius is up, he'll just hit him with his arms again for his bonus action.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Glaive.
Can I see Aurelia behind him?
I'd say, yeah, you're aware she's there.
Okay.
Hey, that
And
first attack did 40 damage if the martial arts die hit it.
Yep. It did.
ugh.
I will use my reaction and make him reroll.
Nice.
Well
Fuck
done.
it.
Nice.
So you
wise again.
you see the beam seems like it's going to miss him for the most part, even though he's large and blinded. But Aurelia rewinds time, and you watch as it strikes him dead on. The creature then roars out again and falls over into a pile.
Nice. I don't know about the rest of you, but that was exhausting.
T-hole looks at you. He's like bleeding, bleeding in most places. I could go for a whole other one.
I ain't hear no bell. All right. Well, with
I'm
this
gonna
all all
search
gathered
and
to-
see if it's if there's anything on the creature or anything that seems of value.
No, I mean, it appears to just be all you can see on the outside certainly is just the piles of flesh that are now wrapped around the bones of the old dragon bone golem.
that's 16 healing to all of us here.
Oh, nice. Do I think this thing will reform after so many days?
You don't see any sort of magic that indicates it will reform.
Okay.
Is that 16 for everybody?
Yes,
What about that bar? Is that bar anywhere around here?
it's impaled in its back.
Alright, I'm gonna
Still
pull that
there.
out and examine that.
So there is a button on the bar.
Just one.
Just one.
Hold on. All right, go ahead.
Play pressing the button.
T-hole, I
You're-
suggest.
I can't hear you,
Yeah.
Mike. You're not making
So
any
cast
sounds.
silence.
Oh, I'm going to press the button. If people wanna move away, it's fine.
T-Hole's curiosity would
Oh, yeah, he's
have
probably
the
right
better
there.
of him.
So you see the remains of what used to be the secret door rotate.
Yeah.
Phil. Wish we would have.
Been able to make it past the black ooze into this room.
Wait, is the black ooze the door
Over here, for
here?
sure. The one
Are you
over here.
sure?
1000%.
That door is locked.
Alright,
Sorry.
well. If. With my keen mind ability, would that sound right? Is that something that maybe keen mind would help with?
I figured it's survival.
Yeah, make me an intelligent, maybe make me an investigation check. Just to see if you're keeping an accurate mental map. Yeah, you're pretty sure that that must lead back to the room where you met the oozes, because there was a door leading out of that room to the north.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure we had opened it briefly. And I remember it fucking curving off to the side like that.
okay. Then. I mean, we've explored pretty much the entirety of this place.
It must be. It must be this. It must be the room where the electricity was.
What do you mean?
There were symbols in the floor. Maybe there's.
Yes, and once we entered the room, those symbols leapt into life, creating elemental of lightning, and in the middle of them, a flesh golem.
But I think there was also a door on the south part of that. We just closed the door and went the other way.
We can. That was. Could we confirm that the skeletal fucking golem was the same thing from the spike wall room?
If there was only one of them, then it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Is there anything remarkable about the rod? Is it made out of, is it like a control rod or something?
I mean, it
It
appears
controls
to
this door.
be, it is a cylindrical rod with a button on it that appears to control that door. It's
Okay,
got
so it's not-
tapered ends on it, so, it looks a little bit like a fancy pen. It's a bit bigger, chunkier than that, though.
So there's nothing special about the metal. It's not like.
No, I mean, it appears to be silver.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna backtrack a bit because this doesn't make sense. And Clave will start going off.
Yeah, if you'll
Is
find the
this room-
barrels are back to normal again.
Okay, I'm gonna set it off.
There's an explosion and the barrels disappear again in a puff of smoke.
Um. Alright. Did I get a sense that something was off before? Or was that just that nothing?
You really didn't know that you missed anything.
Okay. I'm gonna investigate this room much more thoroughly. See if maybe there's something in here that we missed.
Yeah, I mean, you're really sure after searching this room that this room is just a connecting room designed to blow people up.
Hmm.
Maybe Marinol. Maybe she knows something and maybe we need her.
Didn't she not have ever left that room?
You seem
I mean,
quite
that's what
adamant
she
about that.
said.
What about the southern door of this room?
Of which room?
The room where we initially found the flesh gold.
That leads to another room that is of no real use to us.
Possibly.
Unless there's another.
The question is, how did that get here? The bone golem.
Unless there's another um another door in the ooze room.
There was, but we know where it goes.
Right. I mean, there's only two doors, one north and one that goes.
There were two on the south wall. But the other led to a hallway that we were familiar with,
Hmm.
if I remember correctly. I can't see the map very well, so I don't know. Perhaps we take another rest. Recovers from some of our wounds. Oh, what am I doing? I don't want to go that way.
It is.
Where do you want to take the rest?
This room seemed fine enough. We also rested right in this hall just fine. Whatever was in that room didn't want to leave it. That skeleton was one of only two creatures that have traversed the rooms besides us. The other being Marinol, who believed, or at least we think she believed, to be cured of her curse.
Well, I'm in favor of a rest.
We could use it.
Clave seems very impatient, but he goes to sit and study his book from Coursera.
You're taking another short rest?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
It's probably a good idea.
Okay, so you take a short rest. And let's take a 5-minute break.
Sounds good.
Alright,
So you've short rested. There's only a couple of, there's only like one full room you haven't seen. There is a segment of hallway that you never got to see. At least that you're aware of. You also never really figured out what that water puzzle was for. You just failed at the water puzzle twice.
Well, I think we need to go and find the vampire. I think that it's very strange that she just disappeared.
I think that seems like the seems like a reasonable course of action, given that there isn't a clear alternative or better alternative.
Zarius, you can detect undead creatures, can't you? Much like we can detect magical auras.
So long as they are not behind cover.
Well, maybe that could be a helpful ability.
Indeed. The question is, how do the others get back across the lava room?
Uh,
Well, I can make it through, although it's too hot for me to make it through comfortably. But I think I'll be okay.
it's 2d6 fire damage per round.
Yes. At the start
See,
of each
oh,
round.
What is your speed?
65, but I can move 180, 195. Yeah, 195 if I need to.
So, I mean, could you carry Aurelia? I mean, you would both take some fire damage, but you'd be able to, even at half your speed, you'd be able to get through that room within a round or so.
What does Aurelia weigh with all of her equipment?
Hell if I know.
And if necessary, I can carry Aurelia's bags.
You can put the bags in the bag of holding too.
Indeed.
So what's T-Hole's strength?
So Teal could do that if he summoned his arms. Because his strength is 11, so he isn't really carrying anybody with an 11. But
Alright,
his wisdom is an 18. So he, with the arms active, he can use his wisdom in place of strength. So he could do like an athletics check. with wisdom.
Right. And I can allow that. So I was just more thinking the basic thing is you couldn't run with her, I wouldn't think, if you were encumbered. And so with an 11 strength, that's like 165 pounds-ish worth of stuff that you can carry.
Yeah, I got 90 pounds of equipment.
So
Did you
with
use hit dice, Darius?
I did, yeah.
Okay, I would have done Song of Rest, so add 8.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
So if you have 90 pounds of equipment, it's safe to say Aurelia, dainty as she may be, probably would push you over the 165.
I mean, I can use Dimension Door.
Well,
There
then
you
you
go.
can bring T-hole with you.
Well, that works. Ugh.
Did Clave set off the fucking barrels again?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
All right.
So you all make it across. Searching through these rooms, you don't find Marinol until you get back very near to the beginning of the vault. You find that you find what you assume to be Marinol's skeleton next to what looks like a miniature sun. It appears as though she was fleeing from it, but you find scattered remnants of bone and skull and a bunch of dust sitting next to this miniature sun. It appears as
Free
though
sword.
it was at the entrance of the vault and she encountered it and was running away from it back deeper into the vault. But it dusted her.
Like the very beginning of the vault.
Yes, the stairway down. And you're sure it's her because how you find her armor and her Frostbrand rapier there with her.
Oh well. We can't just like easily get over there, unfortunately. One way requires those undead things to attack us, and the other is a fucking room that has the very flimsy boards to cross.
Right. I mean, I assume you could spend time to get across the flimsy boardroom the same way you got across the lava.
So we can't get to her stuff? Is that
No,
what
you
we're
can.
saying?
You
well.
get to her. It just whatever amount of time. Just don't want to waste your time like walking back through everything only to have to get to the very beginning again. So I
Okay,
am assuming you took a little time to search around for her, eventually finding what is clearly her remains next to a tiny glowing sun, about 2.5 feet across in diameter.
okay. Well, I will take said remains.
So, and she has her main equipment is plate armor and the Frostbrand rapier.
The the mini sun, is it hot?
Yes, I mean it's not as hot as the real sun, but it would burn you if you touched it or got too close, like within 5 feet.
Would it burn me?
No,
Could I put it in the bag of holding?
you could. It might burn the bag of holding.
Hmm.
Probably not worth it.
It would be cool to have a portable miniature sun, though. especially,
Yeah.
you know, cuz it would be cool.
Isn't that your spear at all times?
Yeah, but it's not like an actual sun like this thing is.
If no one objects, I'm gonna take the Frostbrand Rapier.
Is
Oh.
the plate armor magical?
No, it is black though.
It's a shame Aurelia doesn't have the ability to wear.
Yeah,
armor.
yeah.
Maybe one day.
So the Frostbrand Rapier is also +2, by the way.
Hell yeah.
That should make you able to cross the lava room.
Right? Gives you fire resistance as long as you have it equipped. That's true. I think you have to attune to it for that, though.
Oh, oh, one of those. Okay.
Yep.
How far did Clave and Zarius explore this hallway here?
I'm way zoomed in. Ping again. So you don't know that hallway exists technically?
Yeah, we don't, but like I know they're like, oh, there's nothing down that way. There's a hallway. So
we
That
only
was, yeah, that
only
was a
know
different one. Yeah,
this.
they only saw the door, not the hallway.
okay.
Yeah. I actually did want to go down there though, because I wanted to see if the bone fucking thing is what if that was the same one or not.
Right. In fact, since you as players are aware of the hallway, I will fast forward and say, eventually, if you guys go around this place with detect magic, you will realize that there is something magical about that section of wall.
This one?
No, that was cleared. There is a wall here that I guess you're not seeing.
Hmm.
Not quite. Under weird circumstances, I catch a glimpse of it.
It's illusion magic, isn't it? That's why Clave may have been able to notice it.
It is a layered bit of magic. There is an actual wall there, but the wall itself is covered with an illusion to make it match the rest of the hallway. So that is why I had you roll to see if you figured out that there was an illusion there. But there is also a physical wall in that area. And eventually you would be able to determine that if you had solved the water puzzle, you could have opened this up much more easily. But ultimately, you'd be able to break through this wall and it will reveal the hallway below that ends in another door.
Another door.
Yes, there has to be a final boss.
And it's the door.
Right. Oops.
So where are we? Where are we going? Are we exploring opening this up?
Yes.
So
And eventually you would be able to do it. It's not that hard to break through.
so did we go through like this section here or did we go Okay, so we did not open up the door where these things
Oozes are?
were.
No, you
Where?
wouldn't have to do that.
Okay.
Nor do we want to.
Gotcha.
Where the hell are we?
There.
Oh, the frig over here. Okay.
Is this last door locked?
Yes.
All right, I'll use knock.
It unlocks. The last door finally unlocked. At which point I like to think that Aurelia clicks the button on her little pen device and discovers that actually unlocks all the doors. It's within 30 feet.
Wait, what?
The remote control device with the button on it can unlock any of the doors in this place if it's within 30 feet of the door.
How big is this thing?
I think we found the vault.
How big is what thing?
The pen device?
It doesn't work on every door in the world, just the doors in this vault, but it's
don't know
about
that.
it's about a pound and about a foot long.
Okay.
We take some time to ritually cast the detect magic.
So
Better
yeah, it
idea
opens.
is what we're looking at here.
That door opens up into a very large hexagonal room with 4 pillars in it holding it up. There is a pile of treasure inside. You can see there are several standards that are clearly glowing and magical, like banners basically on long poles. There's also a glowing magical lantern in the center of the pile of treasure, sitting in a sort of prominent place. There seems to be other magical items that are scattered through it all, as well as a chest that is kind of semi-hidden behind one of the pillars when you first come into the room.
All right. So looks like we have a mimic and a treasure golem. So we're ready to fight. Get in there, Teal. See what happens.
Teal will tread lightly and look around.
Meanwhile, Clave will tread sternly, wielding the spear.
Zarius will watch from the door. You two have the fucking death ward on you, so
You hear the sound that of a dragon roaring, seemingly in the far distance, but coming from the room.
not a huge fan of that sound.
Um, hmm. I guess there's this treasure chest.
Right. There's one along the wall that you can now see that you're in the room. There's also another one that's over on this side of the pillar that you can't quite see.
Teal, I guess he'll walk up to this one and just try to open it.
At that point, the ghost dragon appears. As the roaring of the dragons gets louder. And you see it materialize into existence in the room because you're touching its treasure. And that's where we can wrap it up for this week.
Awesome.
He said
Good long
use all
rest.
the dragon. That includes the spirit.
Nice. Well, that makes sense.
We still haven't seen the dragon dick golem.
That's true.
We
That-
didn't- Did you
because
look
it's,
through
uh,
all of the flesh?
I'm gonna do a mic and that'll be the boss after this boss.
Right.
It's just the pre-boss.
Gonna show up, it's gonna be even bigger. It's like, holy fuck, that thing's huge. And the dragon will go, thank you.
That was fun.